Okay, so listen, I got a big rush of like hard to breathe, lack of oxygen, situational, very suddenly, unexpectedly. He yells, unintentional, come on now. And I was like, okay, don't know why I'm saying it. I feel like he comes with the energy. He comes with the personality. This man passes before his time. He adjusts his hat. He said, now I know you expected me to be here, he says. You also have a female grandma-grandpa combo on the other side. Grandpa's a little older, probably has a hard time walking. Grandpa medically deteriorates, but probably is like grandma's keeping him healthy to death. You know what I'm saying? Woo! So Jay talks about his situational passing. Like, I don't know, I feel like wrong place, wrong time, happened all at once, all of a sudden, didn't expect it to go down the way it did. Why did I say it like that? He goes, yeah, couldn't communicate, couldn't really say anything, Kato, and then I went, foo, and down, right away, he says. Let me know if this resonates for Jay. He talks a lot with his hands. He's probably got some ADHD. He's got like energy. He's got some like, he can just seem really passionate when he's talking about something. I had to also write down that you have this female-male combo on the other side. Let me know if that resonates with Mr. J here. I try to focus on it for at least just a minute here. Whew. He was sick for a long time, but he went to hospice on a Monday and he passed away quickly that very next Sunday. Situational, couldn't breathe, happened all at once, walked right into it. And so was he, but he's like passing before his time. This is like coming up on him out of nowhere. Something he can't really do. He seems so young for hospice. Is this your, hold on, wait. He was 45. I'm like, wait a second. He seems like he's not an old man. What is going on? I know. I'm like, wait. I had to make sure that I was talking to the right person because I was like, what on earth is happening? He's not old enough for hospice. He's your hubby. That took so long. Sorry. No, that's totally fine. And then you got yourself a card reading, right? Okay. Perfect. He was sick for a long time, but he went into hospice on a Monday. Happened very quickly. Suddenly, he went down all at once, and he passed quickly that next Sunday. And then he's telling me he had a hard time breathing, something situational, happened suddenly and tragically. It wasn't, I keep hearing like it wasn't ever supposed to escalate like that. It seemed like a surprise, because at the beginning he even mentions, he goes, of course I didn't like know, or, okay, perfect. It's like, of course I didn't know. Of course I didn't have an underlying symptom. What happened? What happened? And then all of a sudden we're at hospice. It had to have been a situation he's already having, just like progressing for no reason. I'm like, did you know? No, I had no idea. I feel like our lungs just stopped. Like, let's say you're doing, like, let's pretend like we have an underlying medical thing, and then our organs just stop responding to us. And then he pokes me right here, and I feel it all the way through my back. Woo! We've had kids on hospice. Any age can be on hospice, and I'm a hospice CNA. Right. And especially that's something that so many of us are being able to learn today from this reading too. And you're totally right. Typically I was making sure I didn't get it mixed up with her grandfather. Typically, I would say 80%, maybe 70%, maybe somewhere along those lines, old people are on hospice. So I feel like it's unique to definitely a interest-sparking situation when you find a young person, and especially a child on hospice. Yeah, I want to know. Whew. Okay, Brooke, I'm so sorry. Okay, KB Sanders. I was his caregiver. And the last weekend, he was having terminal breathing. So it is with his breath. And he went, okay, so you're his caretaker. He has this underlying situation, underlying medical, okay? And then he even talks about having a difficult time to breathe. Whew. I think he's the one that's affecting me. And the next one we're about to do, whew, that one's already affected me. And wow, okay, so I said, it's difficult breathing. I'm getting a little pain right here. It happened very suddenly and tragically, and it was all at once, and like, of course we didn't know, okay? She's his caretaker, wild, okay, and what are the chances we also have other caretakers commenting, etc., right? Wild. And so she's his caretaker. All of a sudden he has terminal breathing, and then we bring him in. Is it knowing if they, okay, hold on. I was his caregiver, and the last weekend he was having terminal breathing. And so he was 45. Then he went into hospice care from that situation, okay, on what did she say, a Monday, and then the following Sunday, went into hospice on a Monday, and then within a week of getting into hospice, boom, straight down. Oh my goodness. And so, first of all, I'm not gonna hold too much time for the female and male on the other side. I want to say that he keeps saying, I'm just being very specific, I don't care if it's weird, it's your loved one, it's what they want to say. Listen, let me help you navigate what it is that you're really figuring out that you want right now. So listen to your intuition and don't be afraid to still have those conversations with me in the back of your head, because if we're working something out, we're talking about it and we're going through it. Don't sit there and doubt yourself, okay? You going within and figuring out things you're unsure of, like you having those conversations with yourself is so vital and important, and he wants you to have those conversations with him realistically, okay? And you guys can work those things out together. So it's like, let me help guide you. So you may be feeling like frantic, but at the same time, he says, he puts a piece of fabric up to my nose and takes a big deep breath. I don't know if you guys end up having like kids together. He takes a big deep breath, so he shows me fabric. I don't know if you have some of his fabric or items of clothes of his, like a shirt. And then he talks about his ashes and the way they were distributed and what we have in honor of his memory that we wear. So maybe we have ashes that we wear as well in honor for his memory. He talks about that. I would guess it's my maternal grandparents. I would probably have that guess too. They were married 17 years. We were married 17 years and we have 6 kids. I'm like, I don't know if you guys have kids or anything. He talks about how great of a job you've been doing, especially since he's ended up oh my gosh, 100 million miles an hour. Okay, he's talking about these kids. Everything is going to be fine with them. He's talking about how proud he is of you being able to do it all on your own, even though I don't feel like we've been gone more than a few years. Anywho, I kept the sheets he passed on. I have them in a pillowcase in bed, and he passed it home. Oh my gosh, remember he's talking about those fabrics and smelling those fabrics. I'm like, you have something fabric of his. Maybe it's a shirt, whatever you have. You have the actual sheets he passed on. And he's sitting there taking a big old sniff of bedding. Oh my gosh, that's wild. He loves the way you choose to honor his memory, and you're doing such a good job at keeping his memory alive. And that's a lot when you can also say that about somebody that you have 6 kids with. So the way that you're distributing his things, keeping his memory alive, love it all. All right.